revolt. Revolt against who and why? I think I have to start each video with that because I see there's no or very few viewers. So whoever viewer might be new, and if they start like in the middle would not really comprehend that I am saying that the absolute true fact that the King George, Queen Hoover, not democracy, they have obtained a hypocrisy here, a quagmire. What they are doing is revolting against the laws of God and man, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, civil rights. So we have to revolt against this revolting situation. Now, I'm coming to you as expose editor. I have 4 programs. One is in the discipline of theology, my main interest and challenge. As preacher doc for Universal Pure Christians, and I have videos explaining in detail the Universal Pure Christians' faith and how and why I am preacher doc. Absolute and detailed proof. Then I have Doc C PhD Company, in which I, of course, emphasize my world-class achievements, especially the Xerox and lightification, stimulating electromagnetic radiation, the futuristic multi-purpose coherent beam. Now, this is really me. I have made billions that have forcibly been stolen from me because I said, look, you can take my science and take my money, don't murder my brother. But Hoover still experimented my brother to death and says, yeah, that's the way I do it. What's mine is mine, what's yours is mine, and I have power and control. So they have what Eisenhower said, it would ruin this country, and that is the shadow government. But they don't work in the shadows anymore because they actually now you have they have control. We have an illegal president. Our system has corroded and is corrupted. Imagine the deals made that this fellow then would become president. He's illegal. He wasn't born in the U.S. It's illegal president. Understand? From the top on down, it's corrupted, controlled by the Bush senior Hooverists. They carry Hoover's policy of murder, assassinations, cover-up, robbery, forced, grand theft, immorality. Hoover was a pedophiliac, a woman hater, an evil fella. And Bush has been put in front of that library the day before. Johnson's girlfriend said that Johnson told her that the next day Kennedy would be out and he would take over. She's been on TV. I don't write these things, I just report them. You see. And then there's eyewitnesses that George W. Bush Sr. and maybe Jr. was there the night before, where John Kennedy had decided to run for president, where he keeps his plane. And he was seen that morning by, I think, 2 witnesses. Months ago that I researched and came, there's 2 eyewitnesses that absolutely said he was there that morning with a murder specialist from Israel that I think is from the Mossad. And he's so bad, our agents are scared of him because they hire him to kill anybody. These are the facts that are on the TV. There's hundreds, even thousands now of expose articles, those who have written something and print this something, a video, YouTube, of true facts. The U.S. is in a quagmire of the King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy. They have revolted against the laws of God and man, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Civil Rights. So we have to revolt against this hypocrisy and get our government back. And we can do it. And the way to do it is about 50% of the people don't even vote. If we can get that about 50% for our real representative of us, we could win any election, you see. Okay, now as expose editor, good morning. This is Monday morning, July 3rd. Excuse me, August 3rd. And that's real important. I am emphasizing and saying upward and forward. And I'll repeat with emphasis. We go upward and forward with all of the intellectuals in the world that form a body. They're an august body of intellectuals, real good people, intelligent, that want culture and what's good. You see, just the opposite of the King George, Queen Hoover hypocrisy and assassinations and cover-ups and forced robbery and grand theft, especially of my Xerox and laser beam. I've made billions for this U.S., but they completely reverse it. Completely reverse it and have me as a nobody, and they control the patent office and the literature of who supposedly did what. You better believe I did a lot of education on electromagnetic radiation. Absolutely. Take a polygraph, lie detector test on any editor's desk. Stipulations. 1. You must print the results. Can't get it done. I'll say I got the money ready. They'll cancel. Something come up. They couldn't give me a polygraph test. No editor will dare go up against the Hoovers. Okay, to control them. It's supposed to be on national TV as these facts. Couldn't do it. Says no, he couldn't do it. Had to cancel. So, as expose editor, I summarize, analyze, and then present what the true facts are. And that's what the true facts are, as I am presenting. What else can I say? Well, Galileo said for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So their reaction is by quantity. They're wrong. They get in a circle at the top, around the table, and they say, well, we can't let him become known. And if he gets some of the money we owe him, he'll be able to campaign for himself. People vote for him. First thing he'll do is throw there was an expression about 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, when they would say to throw the bums out. Every election, they say, well, they're going to throw the bums out. And each election, people are forced to just hopefully vote for the lesser of two evils. But this president is an illegal president. The deals they made, they get him there so he can control. So it is corrupt from the top on down. Now, as expose editor, uh, what we have to do is to get more people with sound, real good lifestyle. They say, well, you didn't get right for any lifestyle. I think Jesus made an absolute point that you have to be a moral person. You become a real man, you marry, have a good family, and you're a moral person. Not this, it's like get dates now. You get married, get divorced, get married, get divorced. It's a broken family. It's not good for the children. It leaves many, many single mothers who now have to take care of her. She has to work. And then also feed and take care of the family. While the fella becomes a gay blade and goes to the bar and fools around with maybe younger girls because he's got a little more money. So the judge is divorced, probably. The lawyers are divorced. The girl gets stuck. And this is our from the top on down, it's a corrupt hypocrisy, a revolting situation against the laws of God and man, the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and civil rights. So it takes maybe the splinter parties to all get together. I see something about a Constitution party. Well, name alone is hopeful. And then there's the Justice Party and the Green Party and the Libertarians. Who else? There's some of these splinter parties. They only get maybe 2% of the entire vote. But that's at least organized where they can have their representative and they get together and they say, let's get all of those who don't vote and let's get elected like I was for instead of George Bush Jr., which was a rigged election. Huh? Ay, good golly. And there was a man who was real good, and his wife, who was a top representative of the CIA at high social events, and they exposed her. They exposed her and other agents. Just, that's the way they operate. They don't care. They don't care about religion or anything. It's that they get the power. And I said, well, you get that man as a presidential candidate, and he's better than George Bush Jr., who was ruinous. After George Bush Jr., any other candidate would win. Okay, so bad and corrupt, and what how deep in debt and so forth we were. So this is the revolting situation. They have the U.S. in a quagmire that has to be changed. They say, well, we'll for change. We'll change. Well, yeah, sure, you got to change. Anybody change from George Bush Jr. Change to what? Be controlled and corrupted. Do a few good things, but there's no real difference. Like Eisenhower said, the shadow government, the secret operatives of the shadow government have the power and the control. The other one is all chit-chat propaganda, especially propaganda to out into the world that we're supposed to be the best. Do you think God looking down on the U.S. and how how our society has gotten so degenerated and immoral, as they have the right for any lifestyle they want. Yeah, but what did the good Lord say? Well, you have to be moral. So, as expose editor, I say, personally, they could or should, no, they must give me justice, honors, and financial compensation for what they have forcibly, the crimes against my father's family, and me and my family, and the great wealth they have forcibly stolen. They must, by our Constitution, Bill of Rights, civil rights. And for me and for you, because I talk with other people, and of course, they should share in that great wealth I obtained, that I should have, and then I would, of course, employ those that are good. And like they would say 10, 20 years ago, at least Hoover would be brought to trial for assassination and murder and cover-ups. Absolutely. At least they say throw the bums out. Let's get the ones who don't vote, the splinter parties, take the lead. They have a name and it's registered. And get all those who don't vote to vote. The man was, I think, Joe something. And they would have been great. They would have been like Kennedy and his wife, revitalized and the government. We let us get our government back. So this is what the ID expose editor suggests, and all those who, of course, realize the true facts and will do some help, I say I highly appreciate that and thank you.